This is Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. I'm here down at the iBox gym. First things first, thank you very much, Al, for having me. How are you, mate?
Yeah, really good, thank you, Charlie. It's nice to see you here.
Top man, top man. Let's speak a little bit about everyone in the gym. I've been interviewing everyone. First things first, I mean, what an amazing environment. Everyone's around. They all clearly get on very well with each other. Eddie with Sky and just sort of everything that's going on. You guys really being taken seriously, especially over the last couple of years. You know, things are really booming. I suppose we'll go fighter by fighter. I caught up with Archie. He's been WBO #1 for a while. I suppose a little bit of a frustrating time for him, as he told me, because in one way you want to hold out on that WBO #1, but on the other hand, you know, if you ain't getting that fight with them titles, you know, you want to push on and just get the biggest names that you can possible. For Archie now, is it a matter of, you know, try and get that final eliminator and get that Shakur fight that he's wanted for so long?
Yeah, I think that, you know, obviously that we've been in this position before with Bradley Skeet, who was #1 with the WBO. And the problem is that you need to be mandated. So, you know, it's a frustrating time. All them guys are superstars and they're making bigger fights. So he's just got to be patient, and I'm sure that he'll get his shot. And hopefully, you know, he'll have some news and he'll be out before Christmas. But, you know, he's a good operator. He's been with us a few fights and I've known him a long time. And, you know, he's a model professional. You know, he's paid his part, he's paid his dues. He's just now, like, you know, the old saying, 20 for learning, 20 for earning. So now he's on the 20 for earning stage, I believe.
Dennis, obviously an incredible performance last time out, and someone that I think, obviously, the minute he was signed, everyone was like, okay, this is one of the better prospects in Britain. Now maybe away from the prospect talk at how good he is. Obviously in the last fight, managing to stop, I suppose, the towel had come in, but, you know, against an opponent like that for Dennis, he told me, look, next he wants the Commonwealth. He's got a massive social media platform, which I know isn't always resonated directly in boxing, but if you've got the platform and you've got the audience and you're performing the way that Dennis is, there's no way he can fail. And the attitude he's got, you know, he wants Commonwealth next. He said world titles in 18 months, 2 years. When you've got someone with that sort of ambition and dream and clearly talent, you know, it's exciting times.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Dennis is a super talent, you know, he's only 21 just. And I know that you've got loads of kids out there that have made it before and then kids are after. So I think he's got to be patient. I think that type of step is next for him. And over the next 12 months, he'll develop a little bit more. You know, his last performance against James Beach, who's a really nice kid and very, very tough, was an outstanding performance. But it's a performance he needed. Yeah. And it's a performance that brought out the best in Dennis. So, you know, as long as he keeps ticking in boxes, listens to Frank and then moves forward, you know, he'll get to where he's going. But one stage at a time with Dennis. You know, he is only 21 and, you know, everyone develops different. And he's just starting to fill into a man's type of shape.
I suppose we've got Sky, Pierce, Danny, Jordan, everyone, but you're the man who's in the gym, you're the man that sees them every day, so I suppose I'd be better off sort of giving you the mic and just sort of if you speak through the rest of the stable. Otherwise, you know, if I go through name by name, we'll be here all evening. But yeah, if you could just touch on sort of everyone else that we've got going around you. And
yeah, I mean, look, you know, we've got Mickey Burke Jr. who never gets a sign, and who's been here since he's 15. So, you know, he's been here a long, long time, and I think you know, he's also needs to probably pull himself and get himself in contention. He's been a little bit. He had an accident and then he broke his arm. Now he's back, and then, you know, he had a good performance a couple of fights ago. Last time was a bit of a struggle, but, you know, he's still only 21. Him and Dennis obviously box together at the Repton, so he'll do well. And you've got Danny Digman, who's just joined the gym, who's a nice kid, and you know, like, he's obviously been at the top level, so we're just trying to teach him some new tricks. And just obviously, you know, he's just one of them boys that's been on the circuit. He was a good amateur. You got Jordan Reynolds, who's, you know, obviously come out of an injury as well. Obviously the team's full of injuries, but you know, he's such a well-scored amateur, you know, so he should make a big splash this year as well. He's a little bit older, so he probably needs to put his foot down a little bit. You've got, you know, Pierce O'Leary, who I rate massively. You know, he's a bit more than a puncher. You know, he just signed with Frank and he looked outstanding last time. I think he'll be out just for Christmas, and he should do really well, you know. And who else is in my gym? It's that packed, isn't it? Like,
that's what I was saying. That's why I was like, if I was going to reel off the names, I'd be here all day. That's why I sort of was like,
yeah, you got Elliot Wow, who's a real good kid, and at the moment, you know, he's just trying to find a deal that suits him as well. You got Sky Nicholson, who's outstanding, and, you know, we didn't want to get on the gym, but
globetrotting.
Yeah, not me. I don't get out of Bromley. That's me. I don't like her, but she, you know, she is an ambassador for the sport. You know, And the gym is just absolutely buzzing at the moment. Henry Turner, H is exactly the same. He's 21, and I think H has probably got more skills than most of them. He's just going to develop at a slower pace. And, we're very lucky to have such a stable. Over the years, I've had some great champions in Sam Webb and Johnny Garton and Brad and all the rest of them. But this lot have all come together, so it makes it, twice as hard work. They're all young, all energetic and a bit naughty, but, keeping me and Ed on our toe. Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And then just finally from me, a fight that sort of I mentioned to everyone, and it's been spoken about for years on years, back when I was doing Zoom interviews 3 years ago, and we're in the position again, Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, December the 3rd, obviously Joshua coming off 2 back-to-back defeats. I'll ask you first what I've been asking everyone, if he does take the fight against Fury and isn't victorious, with all the money that he's made in his career fighting all the top guys, you've got your, apart from the Wilder fight, which was never made. You've got the White fight, you've got the 2 fights with Usyk, Ruiz, Povetkin, and then maybe Fury on that list. Would he need to carry on boxing?
No, everyone has their opinion, and he's been an ambassador for the sport. Tyson Fury is as well. They've both been incredible, but it's a fight that the British public want to see, and at the end of the day, it is about money. So for them, it makes sense, and I think both of them could walk away and be very, very happy with what they've achieved. We missed Sam Noakes out, unfortunately, for the thing. So Sam Noakes is the handsome one. So I'm told. He's over there, look. Yeah, Sam Noakes is formidable. He's literally stopping every single kid. But, he's, he's serious knockout power, yeah. Just walking past me on the right.
I will grab him in a minute before he starts training, rather get him before than after. Sort of back on the Fury AJ front. I suppose in boxing we all know as much as each other, which isn't much, especially on that fight. But is there a sort of... I've been speaking to people and they've been saying that there's more feeling now than ever in their gut that this fight may happen December 3rd. Do you sort of get that sense as well?
I hope so. I'm a boxing fan. I like the undercards. If there's a big fight, I watch the undercard more than the top of the bill. And that's where it all starts from. And both of them have been at the bottom. They've done the undercard. I remember Tyson Fury boxing at Dagenham, John McDermott. So, I think it will happen, but only them two will make it happen. And, as much as they've got as lawyers, promoters, matchmakers, everything, it's them two that sign. And I both think they're both formidable and very classy guys in their own ways. And totally different. But they'll make it happen for the fans. That's the difference with them two, and I think it'll happen.
And just finally, from me, how does that fight play out between the 2 heavyweights?
Come on, I'm a Fury fan, and I like AJ. I think he's great, but I'm a Tyson Fury fan. His singing ain't great, but I think Tyson Fury is an outstanding boxer who could have performed in any era. So,
do you believe he stops Anthony Joshua?
I don't know about that. I wouldn't like to say that. I think it'd be a great fight, whether it be 1 round or 12 rounds.
Well, Al, top man, thank you very much for your time, and see you.